Deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Mike, 58, right there. Stay with your man.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. For Dalvin Cook, if the early part of the season is any indication, it might be a two-horse race between he and Christian McCaffrey for the rushing title in 2019. And the Vikings, they have not been shy about using him, and he's responded with 100-yard games seemingly every week, including that Week 2 game against the Packers when he rushed for 154 yards. On second down now, it's Cook, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cook running right. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, 33 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Jacobs, the first-round pick out of Alabama. He's acquitted himself quite nicely in this first half of the season, taking over as the #1 option in Oakland. Had 2 touchdowns in the opening Monday night win over Denver, and he delivered 2 more, plus his first 100-yard game in London Week 5 as the Raiders took down the Chicago Bears. On 2nd and 9, Carr. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 22 yards there, a first down.
A gain of 22 yards. First down, Raiders.
Easy, kill. Get that ball. Get that ball.
From midfield, here's Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 24. Watch 24. Mark 55.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give running right, it's Cook. Cook with a 1st down and much more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there out of Cook. 59 yards for him on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Get some penetration here. Get some penetration.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Get off the field.
They're going to keep it on the ground. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Here we go, D.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Cook following the penalty. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. To throw, Cousins. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down. And, partner, I'm not really sure. You think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. and it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the "Be Aggressive" chant behind him, and he listened to it.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. It's Everson Griffin who made the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Carr got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And he fires one incomplete. Derek Carrier, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Williams. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Carr to throw again. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Trevor Davis, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Both teams appear ready for the fight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On 2nd and 12, Carr. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Slam, slam, slam.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from a yard out, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Carlson on for the PAT. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd.
Makes the score Raiders 14, Vikings 13. Daniel Carlson to kick off for the Raiders.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Room here to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Ordinarily, third down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
On first down, it's Cook. And an alley to run. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 43 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one goes for 24 yards. Carr now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 43-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Stop your whining. 36.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Whip. Watch the right now. Check three.
Carr going to throw. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Express. Banjo.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Carr. Washington's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first.
They're running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Jacobs. He will push his way down to about the 14. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Throwing now is Carr. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Check pass, check pass.
They start the drive with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Cook. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The run go around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
4th down, Cousins. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 1st down, Jacobs. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Here's Jacobs. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Here we go, here we go.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Easy, easy. Kill, kill.
Carr to throw. And that will be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 99. Wait, Monday.
Check, check. Lucky.
You draw Porker. 637. Hey, orbit.
They'll go for it. It's Carr. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.